Picture from?
My neighbor across the hall.
Okay. And this is, tell us, so we saw the stairs. This is how you get up to your apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
The door that we're looking at, explain how the door handle works.
You have to turn the knob to get in. So regularly it's just going to be up like it is in the picture.
Okay, so you have to push it down and turn it down to get into the apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the hallway, you're saying the door that has the Ring camera, that's directly across from your door?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm showing what's been marked as 57.1. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a true and accurate copy of another photograph from your neighbor's Ring doorbell of your door at your Anniston Road apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this time under states 57.1.
No objection.
States 57.1 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish 57.1.
Yes, ma'am.
Trespassing because he was not invited this day that he came.
And what is the date that this is marked on the,
October 15th of 2022
at what time?
at 6:53 p.m.
And that's Mr. Bryant there on the camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you invite him to visit you that day?
No, ma'am.
Did you know he was at your house that day?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if you were home that day?
I don't believe I was. I believe I was at work.
Okay. And again, you got this from your neighbor?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any other times besides this day that Mr. Bryant came to your house uninvited?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what month that those occurred?
I believe in December and I think November.
And the videos, did you get videos of the Ring doorbell capturing Mr. Bryant at your home
Yes, ma'am.
from your neighbor?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to watch those videos?
I have.
I'm showing you a disc that's been marked as States 11. If you could take a moment and look at that disc. Is that your initials on there?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Did you initial that after watching those videos?
I did.
And the videos that are contained on that disc, are those true and accurate copies of the Ring doorbell videos from your neighbor of your door of your Anniston apartment in 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
You're on this time and under States 11.
No objection.
States 11 is admitted without objection.
And Your Honor, there are two videos on States 11. Permission to publish those videos on States 11?
Yes.
And I know it's kind of hard to see. Do you see? Can you read the Ms. Bates? Can you read the date on the bottom of this one?
December 10th of 2022,
And what time was this?
1921 hours.
And if we could play the video. And Ms. Bates, was that your apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recognize the man that was trying to get on your door?
I do.
Who was that?
Miles Bryant.
And if we could just go back to like the end of it and pause. There, we see your door handle. How is your door handle in this video?
Push down.
Is that how the regular position is? If no one was trying to get into it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This was on December 10th. Again, were you home?
No, ma'am.
Did you invite Mr. Bryant to your home that day?
No, ma'am.
Do you know where you were that day?
Working. I had just gotten off when my neighbor showed me the video.
Okay. Again, were you home that day on December 11th at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
You were home?
Yes.
Had you invited Mr. Bryant?
No, ma'am.
Did you answer the door that day when he came?
I did not.
How did you know who was at the door?
Because he was stalking me. I posted something to set him up to come to my apartment.
Okay, let's talk about that. What do you mean you posted something?
My neighbor showed me previously that Miles kept coming to my apartment.
Was that the video that we just watched of him trying to
Open the door, yes ma'am.
So after you saw that video, what did you do?
I purchased a gun. My boyfriend had a gun already at the moment. I posted a bunch of videos and pictures looking cute on Snapchat, flooded and said I was going back home, which is Missouri.
So you posted that you were going to Missouri. Was Mr. Bryant friends with you on social media that he would be able to see those posts saying you were going to Missouri?
Yes ma'am, he was the first one to watch all 10 videos I posted within the first couple seconds.
How do you know he watched all those videos?
Snapchat tells you who views.
Okay. So after you posted the videos, what happened?
After I posted the videos, I waited. My ex-boyfriend at the moment, he pulled the TV closer so he could be in the door frame of my bedroom. I laid in the bathroom on the floor. I was just laying there. I didn't think that he'd be able to hear it through with the TV on. So maybe like an hour later, we hear knocking. He didn't hear it. I heard it at first, and I knew it was
I'm
Miles.
sorry.
My ex at the time.
Okay, so you were in the bathroom and you heard the knocking.
I heard the knocking, so I knew it was Miles. I grabbed my gun and I peeked through the peephole. I cocked the gun back, and he had his pointed at the door as well. I thought the whole thing through. I didn't want to just murder somebody like that, so I called the cops as well, so it'd all be documented.
And you said that you heard the gun cock. Was that your gun you heard cock?
My gun cocked back, yes ma'am.
And how were you able to see Mr. Bryant?
I could see through the peephole that it was him.
And what did you see when you looked through the peephole?
At first he was just standing there. He started knocking on the door, and then as I backed away, he started kicking on it harder. I moved to the living room of the house, and I started calling 911 at a distance so he wouldn't hear the phone call.
And when you looked through the door, the peephole, was he wearing this gray hoodie that we see here in the video, Stays 11?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you called the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how many times you called the police?
I probably have called them a total of 3 or 4.
That day on December 10th and 11th, do you know how many times you called that weekend?
No, but I was determined to figure out where Miles worked because I knew that he was a cop, so I did research on Facebook and found his doorbell, sheriff's ID badge or whatever, and then I started calling around. And then I was able to find out that he was a Doraville cop, and I made the complaint to his supervisor. I called Doraville police and complained about the defendant.
And you also called Gwinnett County 911, correct?
I did.
And have you listened to both of the 911 calls you made to Gwinnett County Police?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you the first disc, which is marked States 30. If you could take a moment and do you recognize States 30, that disc?
Yes, ma'am. It's initialed.
Is that your initials?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you listened to that 911 call, was that a true and accurate recording of a 911 call you made back in December of 2022 to Gwinnett County Police in reference to Mr. Bryant being at your door?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this time I tender States 30.
No objection.
Okay, states 30 is admitted with
004924 seconds.
Gwinnett 911, what is the location of your emergency? Gwinnett County 911, what is the location of your emergency?
It's 3974 Anytime Road.
This is a house, a business, or an apartment.
Apartment, address is 205.
Okay, and this is Stone Creek on the Green.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what's your phone number in case we get disconnected?
470-506-7406.
What's going on?
Somebody tried to break into my apartment not too long ago. I had just returned home. My neighbor, she was coming home too, and she let me know somebody's trying to break in. But I know who it is. And he was in my military. He still works for the cop.
Okay, so when you say he was trying to break in, what exactly did he do? Did he kick the door? What did he do?
He was trying to get inside. He was pulling on the doorknob. He covered his face up. Wouldn't look at the ring camera. None of that.
Okay,
It's
and
his
so
video.
how long ago was this?
This was tonight. But when he broke into my
Like 10 minutes
apartment,
ago, 20 minutes ago, like time lapse. How long ago?
like 7-something.
7 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so, and you know this person, what kind of relationship do you have with this person?
We went to high school. No, we went to high school together. like years ago. His name was Miles Bryant.
Okay, and so what's your name?
Alicia Bates.
And you're able to pull the video footage up, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I can forward it to you now if you'd like.
Well, I'm going to send an officer out there to you, so there's no need for that. And then just to make sure that I have the address correct, give it to me one more time.
3974 Annistown Road, apartment 205 30039.
Okay, and we'll have them out there to you as soon as possible, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
Ms. Bates, I'm showing you a copy of the second 911 call, which is labeled States 59. Do you recognize that disc also?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your initials on the disc?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And when you listened to States 59, was that a true or an accurate recording of a second 911 call you made to Gwinnett County Police in reference to Mr. Bryant attempting to break into your apartment in December of 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
And this time it's under States 59?
No,
States 59 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish States 59, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
1942-54, second.
Gwinnett 911, what's the location of your emergency? 3974 Annistown Road. Repeat it. Okay, repeat the address for me. 3974 Annistown Road, apartment 205.
Okay, do you know this person?
Yes,
Who is it?
Miles Bryant.
Miles Bryant?
Yes,
Who is he to you?
he's a friend since like years ago. I graduated 2019. I knew him probably about 2017. Talked to him maybe last year and tried to break down, but I wasn't home. But
How do you know it's him?
my neighbor caught it on camera yesterday, and I knew it was.
Okay, what is he, when you say he's breaking in,
He's at my door trying to get in.
so is he like jiggling the door? Is he kicking it?
Yes, and pushing up against it.
Okay. Were y'all in a relationship?
No, never. He dated my best friend.
Have you seen any weapons?
No.
Why would he be trying to get into your house?
I don't know.
I mean, he wouldn't just randomly come to your house. Had y'all been in an argument?
No. Never, ever. Can you can help me?
That's what I'm doing, but I need you to stay on the phone with me.
No, we were never in a relationship.
Okay, so why would he be at your house? Is your friend there?
No, I don't know.
Okay, is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian?
But,
Do you know what he's wearing?
no, but in the video yesterday, he had on a gray hoodie. He's in his car. It's in front of my neighborhood. It's a black Ford. It was like a F-150 pickup truck. And all I keep hearing is fuck, 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 fuck.
So he was there yesterday trying to get in as well?
Yes.
Do you have any weapons?
Yes, I have a pistol.
Are you in possession of the pistol?
Yes. And my boyfriend's here as well. And he has a firearm as well.
Is he in the house with you?
Yes.
boyfriend's right beside you?
She's watching the door. I'm watching outside the window to do his car. He's trying to leave me now. Yeah, he's leaving now.
Okay, what is your name?
Alicia Bates. He's leaving. I'm trying to get the license plate. Hold on. I can't see today. She's going to the gate. Are the cops close?
No, ma'am, they are not.
She's stopped.
Towards the gate?
Yeah, he's going to the gate now.
Okay, what's your phone number, Alicia?
470-506-7406.
Okay. Is he leaving for sure?
Yes, he's leaving.
Okay.
He's at the gate, and there's a cop behind him. And he's
Okay.
behind him.
Who's behind him?
There was a black, like a silver Nissan behind him. And he's
Okay.
leaving.
Okay, we'll send somebody out there since y'all seem to be having a problem with him, and they will come out and meet with you. I need you to go ahead and put the weapons away, though, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
But are there going to be if you get arrested tonight, are they going to be able to do that? Because
I don't know, ma'am. I don't know, ma'am. Obviously something's going on that you're not telling me. I don't know why that...
No, ma'am, there's nothing going on that I'm not telling you. He was dating my friend from years ago when we were all kids. I've known him since 5th grade. He dated her. They broke up in high school. I hadn't talked to him since. He wanted to talk to me about possibly getting back together with her. I knew that she still had somewhat feelings, and he still liked her, so we talked. He came to my house, we had pizza, we talked about her, and then I sent him home. He tried to stay to sleep. I said no, and I sent him home.
When was that?
I was trying to wake up. When was my apartment broken into today? Last year, maybe December something? December, November, something like that.
Okay. We will get an officer out to meet with y'all. If you will, like I said, go ahead and put those weapons up for me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. If he comes back, give us a call back.
And Ms. Bates, did you end up speaking to law enforcement?
I don't think they sent a unit. They called my phone, but nobody ever came.
We heard on the 911 call that you mentioned your apartment had been broken in the year prior. Did you know who broke into your house? Did you have that time?
I didn't know. I had an assumption because I received a bunch of phone calls and text messages from Miles.
Okay, but you didn't know you weren't there to see who broke into your apartment, right?
No, ma'am, I was working.
Okay, tell me what type of damage was on your apartment the first time it was broken into, you said.
The first time it was broken into, they kicked the door off the hinges. There were screws loose and everything it was just gone.
Okay. And this was this 911 call we just ran to your home that day?
No, ma'am.
The next day, on December 12th of 2022, did you see Mr. Bryan again at your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us what happened that day.
Like I said, I set him up to come. I posted stuff on Snapchat and posted a bunch of stuff saying that I was going to leave town, which I figured if he's stalking me and he wants to get rid of me or do anything to me, he would try to abduct me before I left.
And did you see Mr. Bryant standing by, or his truck, by the dumpster or trash area of your apartment?
Yes, ma'am. I was leaving. I was walking to my car. I just felt funny, I felt like somebody was watching me, and I looked